Let's address the elephant in the room. The Fed finally cut the Fed funds rate. They cut it 0.5% on September 18th. But if the Fed finally cut rates and you go to check mortgage rates, why are they at a 2-month high? What is happening to interest rates? And what is happening in the Denver real estate market? Hi YouTube, I am Kareem Howard, your go-to licensed realtor with Gerlach Homes out here in Denver, Colorado. Now on this YouTube channel, I like to post property tours, community tours, market updates, anything related to Denver, Colorado real estate. So if that is something that you are interested in, please feel free to subscribe. And as always, if you are looking to buy or sell at any point within the next year, 2 years, 3 years, it does not matter. Please feel free to reach out. All of my contact info is down in the description. So if you don't know, the Fed funds rate is the rate at which banks lend to other institutions. Now, since June of 2023, the Fed funds rate has always been at 5.5%, but the Fed chopped it down to 5%. Now, in theory, when the Fed funds rate is cut, mortgage rates soon follow, in the same way that when they raise the Fed funds rate, mortgage rates will raise with it. But as of right now, rates are at 6.62% at the time of recording, which is October 7th of 2024, which is a 2-month high compared to what rates used to be prior to the cut. Now, if you watch my last market update, any single market update I've ever put out, or any economic data, these rate cuts have been on the horizon for the past year. Jerome Powell has been talking about these rate cuts since late last year. He said he was going to be cutting rates at some point in 2024. But what happened is the year goes by, January, February, March, we kept going, rates didn't get cut, and now it's going towards the last quarter of the year, and he's finally like, okay, let's cut rates. Economic data is kind of suggesting we cut rates. We're gonna do it September, and maybe even a couple more by the end of the year. So what's interesting to know is as soon as news of the Fed funds finally cutting rates in September, mortgage rates were slowly taking down, and they reached a low at 6.08%, which you might know is really, really low, the lowest we've been all year. And now what's happening is since they dropped mortgage rates so low, when the Fed funds finally cut the rates, the mortgage rates had to catch back up. They had to keep increasing and increasing, and now they're at 6.6%. So enough about the rates. How is this affecting the Denver, Colorado real estate market? Now, there is a lot of uncertainty in the air. We have elections, we have the potential of even more rate cuts, we have winter season, the holiday real estate market where things slow down regardless, so there's a lot going on all at once. Now let's take a look at last month's market stats to see how this is genuinely affecting the real estate market. So the median close price of single family homes in Denver, Colorado stayed strong. We are still at $590,000. There was about 59,000 new listings hitting the market, which is up 11%, so that's pretty good. But what ended up happening is pending listings were down 0.2% and closed listings were down 3.2%. So we have a lot of homes hitting the market, but not a lot of homes going off the market, which is just a convoluted way to say we have a lot of inventory. We are sitting at 2.7 months of inventory with over 10,000 listings. Now, if you don't know if that number is higher, if that's low, just know we haven't been at 10,000 listings since 2014. This is the highest amount of inventory we have had in the past 10 years. So what does this mean for potential buyers and potential sellers? For my buyers, I am having an absolutely phenomenal time in the buyer's market. There's a lot of inventory, so it's a lot easier to find homes we like. We are able to negotiate with the sellers because they're sitting for a little bit longer. We're getting offers in under asking. I'm getting seller concessions. I'm getting things paid for my buyers. It's an amazing time. Now, for example, just last week, I had a closing where we got in under asking. Chaffa paid the down payment. I negotiated. I had closing costs paid for by the seller, and my buyer got a check at the closing table. Normally, when you go to that closing table, you're coming up with $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 because you got to cover closing costs, down payment, all of the other closing fees. But all of that we got negotiated because we're in such a good buyer's market. Now, this isn't just a one-off thing because I have another closing next week where we did the same thing. We have Chaffa paying the down payment. I negotiated with the seller to get closing costs paid. So they are essentially not paying much to close on this house. They're paying the appraisal, they're paying the inspection, and that's basically it. So something that I am personally advising, and I can attest to this, is I am advising all of my buyers, all of my people who are even thinking about buying a house to buy before elections, before the end of the year, because we can negotiate so many more of these terms. Something I'm scared of is the people that are waiting to buy next year. I think it's going to take a little bit longer. Their money's going to have to go a little bit further, because when we wait until next year, when all the listings are going on the market and all the people are ready to finally buy a house next year, what's going to happen is offers are going to be put in. You're going to have to start competing with other people. It's going to be very, very hard to ask the sellers to give you even more money. And so you're going to be paying a lot more to close on the house. Now let's go on the flip side. Let's talk about my sellers. What I will say with whole heart and honesty about my sellers, something that I am preaching, is if you can hold on to your house for a little bit longer, just wait until next year to sell. I think with rates finally dropping, the uncertainty on who's going to be our president past the holiday season, it's finally going to flip back to a seller's market where you can get a lot of money for your house. You can get a really, really good purchase price. You're not going to have to give the house away like people are right now in this market. And so you're just going to make more money. So if you can hold on to your house, you can kind of spend this time doing home improvement projects, doing things like carpet, paint, fixing bathrooms, fixing kitchens, things like that. Now, if you really do have to sell, because we are still helping people sell their house before the end of the year, we can definitely sell your house. It might be a little bit lower than what you want because we're gonna have to price aggressively. We're gonna have to compete with all the other listings. There's a lot of listings. We're gonna have to compete with those, and it's just gonna be a much easier, better, swifter, more fun time if you can just wait until next year. Well, that's gonna be it for this video. Just know there's still a lot of uncertainty in the air with the elections, holiday season, and with hopefully some more rate cuts. It can definitely change how real estate's gonna turn out in 2025. Now, as always, if you are looking to buy or sell at any point within the next year, 2, 3 years, it does not matter. I'm Kareem Howard with Gerlach Homes. All of my contact info is down in the description. I would absolutely love to help you out. Well, that's gonna be it for this video. I will see you guys in the next one.